Good morning, listeners. I remain Yusuf Saleh with the color with the continuation of the Hausa's English novel called I Found Love in His Eye. Last time we stopped where Zainab said, I had tears in my eyes. She had no idea the kind of feeling I have for Ismail. It is this feeling that I myself cannot explain. I don't know if I hated him or loved him for leaving me to die on hospital bed by myself. Listener, we will continue with the chapter 15. In the night of that day, I saw Yusuf's text message. I wondered when he arrived in Niger and did not even bother to tell me. Hey, naughty head, how is your health? Come downstairs and meet me outside, he said in the text. I put on my hijab and made my way to him without letting anyone know where I was going. He was wearing English wear and he looked so mashallah. Amasuta Ismail, he said to me. I felt a sting in my throat and I was having a misfeeling on my face. Before I could even say a word, there was tear all over my face. Faru, he asked me, are you not happy that you will get to accomplish a bigger phase of your life? It is just 2 days to the wedding and you are already crying. Now tell me, Zainab, it is the happiness that makes you cry or you are just missing home already? This time around I was already crying so deeply. Do you mind sharing what is bothering you with me, Zainab? He added. He gave me a clean face towel that he was holding. I nodded my head and pointed at the door, telling him to follow me inside. It is my home, but I do not have the right to walk into it. Baba is still angry with me for turning down your wedding proposal and refusing to come home. I have been around and I just needed to make things settle and wait to see your wedding before I will finally come back home, he said. Is that why you left me with all the unfinished company project? I said while looking away. Who said that? The newly recruited Abrahaman and Suleiman are sent by me to help you with all you need and provide me with the necessary information I needed. I cannot play with Baba's hard-earned company just like that. Everything made sense because the way the company was moving was imaginable and I had to take the credit all just because he was not around physically. I escorted him outside the gate and he informed the security not to mention of his presence. A car was blinking its light and I was already afraid that it would be Ismail. We approached it and to my greatest surprise, it was one of the doctors who helped me at the hospital. Yaya Yusuf, do you know him? I asked. Yes, I do, he said, and they all laughed. Before I could greet him, the doctor held Yusuf by shoulder and said, Hajia Zainab, this is your door. Immediately, Yusuf closed his friend's mouth before he could finish his statement. My donor? I said as I looked at them surprisingly. Yes, your donor. He does not want anyone to know, not even his own dad. I called him when I saw his mom at the hospital. He called her and she was the one that informed him of your sickness. He flew into Niger immediately and made the arrangement and necessary tests to donate his own kidney to you. Does Auntie Halima know about it? I asked. Yes, she do, Yaya Yusuf answered. I burst into more tears. Uncle Sunusi is so lucky to have an angel as a wife, wallahi. She knows all that and still have not changed about the fact that I am getting married to someone else while I still have her son's kidney with me. I say while sobbing my heart out. What if I love you? Yusuf interrupted. For a moment his word hit me deeply that I thought I was floating on air and the next minute I was suffocating with the anger when I thought of my marriage. 2 days to my wedding and you are talking about marrying me. How will I do with my husband then? You really need to rest and we have to be going before anyone notices that you are missing in the house. Let's talk about it please, Yaya Yusuf, I insist. You need to rest. I will come and see you tomorrow, I promise. We said our goodbyes and they left. I entered the house more worried this time around as a more confused human being. I spent my night with the thought of Yusuf and Ismail I love Ismail, but I have second thought about us. And as for Yusuf, how do I even start calling off my wedding 2 days to it? I woke up in the next day and it was exactly a day to the wedding. Ismail kept calling me to tell me how exactly he loved me and wanted to spend his remaining years with me. It was so unusual of him to be swearing in every of his statements. And I wonder why he would be calling me through WhatsApp call and his number was not going through. After the call with Ismail, Yusuf texted me to go and meet Auntie Halima in the visiting room downstairs. I wonder what type of message Auntie Halima had for me that she was sending Yusuf to inform me about it. I went downstairs, the house was filled up, and in every corner my name was shouted with happiness. I went straight to Auntie Halima who was sitting on the three-seater and I sit beside her. Zainab, when last did you speak to Ismail? She asked me. I just spoke with him right now. His uncle called earlier informing us that Ismail went outside the country for education purpose. My eye popped out and I could feel my head spinning. I stood up and I had no idea where I was going at the moment. The wedding can still take place, Zainab. Just have trust in Allah and leave your affairs to Him. Your uncle will call his wali to talk about the issue. Yusuf promised to look into the affairs of the marriage to know what was really going on. I nodded with tears in my eye. I busted into more tears the moment she started apologizing to me about everything that had gone wrong. My cousins and friends were all around and I would not want them to know an inch about what was happening. I went straight to the boys' quarters, switched off my phone and locked myself in the room. I cried my heart out and I could hear people attempting to open the door from outside. Listener, subscribe to our channel for the full story. We are stopping here for today. Have a good day.